The confirmation process followed the submission and consideration of a report by the House Selection Committee, headed by the Speaker, Olamide Oladiji. While submitting the report, the Deputy Speaker of the House, Prince Abayomi Akinruntan, affirmed the fitness and capability of the nominee for the office.
Having conducted the assessment study on the Deputy Governor designate by the members of the committee and noted the stability for the position, the committee for consideration of the Honorable House as follows: provided excellent answers to all the questions put across to him. 2. Possess the required experience, charisma, and much needed exposure to function effectively as Deputy Governor of Ondo State.
The Majority Leader Oluwole Ogunmolashoye, who moved for his ratification, noted that the Deputy Governor designate have a clear understanding of the position and was seconded by a lawmaker representing Akoko North West Constituency 2, Felix Afe.
Deputy Governor designate should appear for confirmation by this Honorable House. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today to second the motion. So moved by the majority. Thank you, Mr.
The Speaker, Oladiji, who ruled for the confirmation, congratulated the Deputy Governor designate, urging him to put in his best and pledge the House support to the executive for the people to enjoy more dividends of democracy.
God will give you the knowledge to support our amazing governors. His Excellency, Dr. to pilot the affair of this franchise state, so that our people, the people of Ondo State, can enjoy the dividend of democracy. Once again, I want to congratulate you.
While appreciating the governor for nominating him, Chief Adelami promised to work hand in glove with him to ensure a more formidable party in the state. He also assured the people of the state of better policies that will bring about all-round development.
Reconciliation is very, very key. Very, very key. My principal, the governor, Lucky Orimisan Ayedatiwa, I really appreciate him for giving me this opportunity. I will not betray his emotion. I will not betray his confidence that he has placed on me. And one thing I know of him is that he's a very cool-headed person. He listens, and with me coming on board, he's my boss. And the little experience I garner, at the other side, and the executive and legislature, I will bring it to bear. And I know that the aggregate of this will transform Ondo State.
While appreciating the lawmakers for a job well done, he promised to foster more robust relationship between the executive and the legislature. Omoshiliola Adesoye Ajayi, Osrc News.
Association of Nigeria can in the state promise to sustain government's efforts at promoting religious harmony. The governor acknowledged the impact of prayers offered for the state by the Christian community during the tenure of the late Governor Akeredolu and the present administration. Government House correspondent Wahab Ankole reports that the religious leaders offered special prayers for the success of the Ayedatiwa administration.
The leadership of the Christian Association in the state was received by Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa at the Koko Conference Hall of the Governor's Office in Akure on a solidarity and condolence visit. The chairman of the religious body, Reverend Aslem Olugunwa, who expressed appreciation to the governor for his prompt attention to official issues affecting the state, also acknowledged improvements in infrastructure, sanitation, and approval of salary arrears of workers. While congratulating Aiyedatiwa on his elevation as governor, the religious leaders extended heartfelt condolences on the passing of Arakunrin Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, noting his contributions to the development of the state. The Christian body pledged its spiritual and moral support for the success of the current administration, emphasizing the importance of prayerful solidarity as the new year unfolds.
Like other states in our country, we sincerely request Your Excellency from Land Amication to build an ecumenical center for the association with a befitting office in the state. The former governor promised but could not come to reality before his death. The ecumenical center is to have an ecumenical church for Christian worship. Come to reality before his death. The ecumenical center is to have an ecumenical church for Christian worship, a befitting auditorium, a museum to keep artifacts with lasting memories of our Christian fathers and their work, a secretariat for the association, parking spaces, a beautiful garden for the waves of the cross that depicts the source of our faith, and the last but not the least, an hostel for accommodation. Returning of schools to the original churches, which began with the former governor, should also be looked at and into when they approach you for such events.
Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa expressed gratitude to the Christian leaders for the visit and their unwavering support at all times. The governor, who acknowledged the impact of prayers offered by the Christian community during the tenure of the late governor Akeredolu and the current administration, stressed the need for religious tolerance and harmony in the state. The governor welcomed the proposal of an ecumenical center and promised government support.
Regarding the land for ecumenical center, I will just ask that the formal letter be written to the government so that we can take it off from there.
Reflecting on the late governor's legacies, Aiyedatiwa highlighted Akeredolu's significant contributions across all sectors, which are promised to accord him a befitting burial.
Sometimes if I can't finish when nothing comes, he will finish it. So I'll go back to practice my law. He said he never saw that you haven't did you. I want a situation where he will sit back and watch me governing the state. After him, I have finished his own term. And be able to say, yes, I made him the government, he's doing very well because I will do well.
Governor Aiyedatiwa, who acknowledged the existing security challenges facing the nation and especially farmers, affirmed continuous efforts to overcome the challenges in a bid to promote food sufficiency in the state.
We will continue to intensify efforts to ensure that we continue to reduce cases of such incidents so that our farmers can go to their farm without any fear, so that we can have food in our homes and in our tables.
On the return of public schools to former owners, the governor promised to examine the proposal in a bid not to compromise the quality of education being provided and assured of efforts to strengthen the health sector. Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
Refinery in Ondo State. Details of this and more after the break.
Your flight will be ready shortly now.
Thank you. Breakfast in Paris. Lunch in London. This could be you. And there's more. Hey, Mai, tell them more.
Of course. Now this is what I call a win. And this could be you too in the Globe Festival of Joy promo.
By recharging 50,000 Naira or more within a month, you could be among our 100 winners who will win business class tickets from Lagos to Paris to London. If you recharge 100,000 Naira or more in a month, you could be one of the many winners of a premium bungalow in Nigeria. The more you recharge, the more your chances to win.
How was your flight?
Delicious.
Glow Unlimited.
continues at 7. Thanks for rejoining us. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at Osrc TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel Osrc TV Ondo. As part of efforts to decongest the correctional centers across the state, the Chief Judge of Ondo State, Justice Olusegun Odushola, has again pardoned a total of 12 inmates standing trial for various offences at the Medium Security Custodial Center in Iwo. Odushola ordered the release of the inmates during a routine visit to the facilities in Iwo. The Chief Judge last week pardoned 8 inmates in Ondo and Ogizupa Custodial Center, making it a total of 20 inmates released unconditionally. The inmates were released unconditionally for lack of diligent prosecution on the part of the Department of Public Prosecution of the Ondo State Ministry of Justice. A federal high court sitting in Abuja has remanded some loyalists of the River State governor for their alleged involvement in the explosion that rocked and razed the River State House of Assembly complex. An explosion that rocked the complex of the State Assembly amid alleged moves by some lawmakers to impeach Governor Siminalayi Fubara on October in 2023. Some loyalists of the governor were said to have been behind the incident. No fewer than 5 of them were arraigned before Justice Bolaji Olajuwon of the Federal High Court in Abuja. In the 7 charges, the defendants were accused of committing alleged terrorism offences by invading, vandalizing, and burning down River State's House of Assembly during the wake of the political crisis that rocked Port Harcourt last year. They were also accused of killing a superintendent of police, Baku Abashin, and 5 police informants in the Akwada community of the state. The Supreme Court has dismissed an appeal by the All Progressives Congress candidate in the Rivers State governorship election, Tony Cole. Cole asked the Apex Court to sack Siminalayi Fubara as governor of the state. He alleged that the election was marked by irregularities and that Fubara did not validly resign his previous position as required by the law before the election. Both the Tribunal and the Court of Appeal dismissed this case for want of merit. The 5-man panel, in a unanimous decision, held that the appellant failed to prove his allegations that there was non-compliance with the Electoral Act during the election. The Supreme Court has affirmed the election of Ahmed Aliyu as Sokoto State Governor. Reading the lead judgment, Justice Tijani Abubakar dismissed the appeal by the People's Democratic Party and its governorship candidate, Said Umar, agreeing with the reasoning of the court below. Still on elections matters, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has promised to conduct a free, fair, credible and peaceful election on February 3rd by and rerun elections. The INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner, Bauchi State, Mohammed Noura, gave the assurance while delivering a welcome address at a stakeholders meeting held at Professor Mahmoud Yakubu Conference Hall, INEC State Office. Noura said the meeting is part of the preparation for the successful conduct of the election, highlighting that the election is not different from the 2023 general election. All political parties that fielded candidates during the 2023 general election in the constituencies will participate in the rerun election. The INEC Commissioner also announced that the State Office had received all non-sensitive election materials, adding that it had distributed them to the affected areas. He hinted that 3-day training of adult personnel is about rounded off simultaneously across the affected local government areas. The ad hoc personnel are mostly members of the National Youth Service Corps who will work at the polling units. 5 illegal refineries containing a total of 365,000 liters of crude oil have been destroyed in Ondo State. The illegal refineries were located in the Aromisi side of the Ilaje local government area of the state. Our correspondent, Kule Ario, reports that the Nigerian Navy forward operating base in Bokoda carried out the operations. Report.
site was in furtherance of the Nigeria's Navy's fight against crude oil theft and other related vices in the Niger Delta area, especially in Niger local government area of Ondo State. Fortnight ago, the Chief of Naval Staff launched the Operation Delta Sanity with the overall goal of intensifying Nigeria's Navy's effort in curbing crude oil theft in the Niger Delta area with a view to sanitizing the environment. During the tour, 5 different illegal refining ovens. Each of the ovens has a 33,000 liters refining capacity as a major refining, including 2 other 10,000 refining capacity. This implies that each of the ovens has a refining capacity of 83,000 liters of crude oil per day. Commanding Officer, Forward Operating Base Ibokoda, Navy Captain Wazuku Aluchi, described the development as an organized crime.
Based on credible intelligence, you can see that this is an illegal refining site. So we're here basically to dismantle this site to prevent them from carrying out their nefarious activities, and also to enlighten the public the activities of these economic saboteurs to the nation. As you can see, aside from the fact that they prefer crude oil, which are commonwealth, to this place for illegal refining, now you can see the impact also on the environment.
While saying his men would not relent in effort to rid the area of criminals, Aluchi appealed to community leaders to always volunteer useful information.
We're here today to dismantle this illegal refining site to render it inactive.
Nigeria is losing an estimated $35 million a day from oil theft. The country.
The governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, on Thursday said the construction of the long-awaited 4th mainland bridge would begin in the first quarter of this year, by the end of March or April. The governor disclosed this in his keynote address during the Lagos West Senatorial District Town Hall meeting held at the Balmoral Convention Center, Sheraton, Ikeja. Sanwo-Olu noted that the bridge will be constructed in phases, while promising that landlords and tenants of structures demolished during the construction will be duly compensated. President Bola Tinubu on Wednesday afternoon departed Abuja for Paris, the capital of France, on a private visit. A statement by the presidential spokesman, Ajuri Ngelale, said the president is expected to return to Nigeria in the first week of February 2024. The presidency has said President Bola Tinubu's government has no plan to move the nation's capital to Lagos from Abuja. Special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, who gave the clarification in Abuja, explained that recent controversy that had been sparked by moves by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, and Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria to relocate their department from Abuja to Lagos had misrepresented the situation. Onanuga said the movement of the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria to Lagos had nothing to do with moving the federal capital, adding that the conspiracy was fueled by dishonest ethnic and regional champions. The Central Bank of Nigeria CBN Governor Olayemi Cardozo has said Naira is seriously undervalued. According to him, the Apex Bank is putting all that is necessary into place to reverse the trend and make Naira attain its real value. Cardozo, at the unveiling of the Nigerian Economic Summit Group 2024 Macroeconomic Outlook report in Lagos, highlighted measures by the CBN to strengthen the Naira and crash the inflation rate from 28.9 to 21.4%. Cardozo acknowledged the challenges facing the economy and its resistance to solutions, but assured Nigerians that the nation is now at a turning point due to the bold reforms undertaken by Bola Tinubu administration. He said the CBN, Ministry of Finance, and the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited have collaborated to ensure that all FX inflows are returned to the Apex Bank. 2 Plateau states now, no fewer than 10 corpses have been recovered by the police in various locations following the attacks and killings that erupted in Mango local government area of Plateau State. This development followed a recent attack at Kwashaleka village, Mango local government area of Plateau State by gunmen, which led to the death of 30 people. The victims, who were mostly women and children, had run to the house of a community leader in the area for safety, following earlier unrest during the day in Mango Town, when the gunmen surrounded them and killed all of them. The Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 4, Ebong Eyibo, was speaking with newsmen in Jos, the state capital. Eyibo said that 9 suspects have also been arrested in connection with the killing. According to the ARG, additional police personnel had also been deployed to the troubled council area as part of efforts to contain the situation. The ARG who paraded the 9 suspects together with 8 others earlier arrested in the previous crisis said, quote, the Plateau State Police Command has successfully repelled an attack on villages in Mango local government area of the state. The United Nations UN Migration Agency, the international organization for migration, said it is partnering with the federal government and some states to provide houses for internally displaced persons in the northeast, a move that would see them leaving transitional camps for more permanent abodes. IOM's Chief of Mission to Nigeria, Mr. Laurent Biok, said this at a news conference in Abuja. According to him, IOM and partners will train the IDPs to build their own homes using materials that are locally sourced with the aim of moving them from dependency of humanitarian assistance to self-sufficiency. To the foreign scene now, a liquor store has opened in Saudi Arabia for the first time in over 70 years, a further socially liberalizing step in the once ultra-conservative kingdom that is home to the holiest sites in Islam. A diplomat reported Wednesday that though restricted to non-Muslim diplomats, the store in Riyadh comes as Saudi Arabia's assertive crown prince Mohammed bin Salman aims to make the kingdom a tourism and business destination as part of ambitious plans to slowly wean its economy away from crude oil. However, challenges remain both from the prince's international reputation after the 2018 killing of Washington Post columnist Jamal Khashoggi, as well as internally with the conservative Islamic mores that have governed its sandy expanse for decades. A tale of generosity with free bread distribution initiative in Rafah. In the heart of Rafah, the Al-Arja family has ignited a story of generosity. They've established a bread oven to distribute free bread to the displaced.
My name is Rafid Hussein Al-Arja, a resident of Rafah. I live near the area where displaced people from Gaza are taking refuge. They don't have cooking gas, no water. They have nothing. They live in tents. I welcomed them into our home and I have built them a mud oven. I provide them with portable water.
ما فيش مكان ولا نخبز طبعا ولا والحطب غالي ومش متوفر دائما يعني.
There is no other place where we can bake. Oven wood is expensive and not always available. But we come to the house of Al-Arja and we bake at their house. We don't have any utensils. Allah bless them. They gave us what we need. They gave us water as well. We bake our bread there and I personally cook there. I hope this anguish is removed and this war comes to an end so we can return to our homes. And I hope we can invite everyone who stood by our side and supported us too.
نازحة من غزة لرفح منطقة الجوازات في إن خيم في المنتزه.
I have been displaced from Gaza to Rafah. We have tents at Muntaza and we bake bread at our neighbors Al-Arja family. Of course it's been difficult. It took a while until we found flour to bake. The situation is tragic and unlike what one would imagine. Thanks to God we found these people who welcomed us into their home, not just us but also all others. This oven can be used for free by all the people in this neighborhood. The Al-Arja are well known for their kindness and we have been fortunate to come across them.
A new law that critics say will stifle freedom of speech has been approved by Sri Lanka's parliament. The online safety bill has had a rocky side since being introduced by the government in September last year. Here's a report.
More trade union action and demands for our government trying desperately to recover from a creeping economic crisis. Tens of thousands of health workers in Sri Lanka began a 24-hour work stoppage on Tuesday. They want the same benefit increase that doctors received last week.
We are opposed to this economic policy because it's unequal. The government has said it has money. Therefore, it's time we launched a struggle to demand our share.
The strike by the 100,000-strong Health Trade Union Alliance affected services at hospitals throughout the country. Those seeking treatments were angry and frustrated. According to reports, many persons outside the National Hospital.
To end the news tonight, we'll look at major stories. Ondo State House of Assembly has confirmed Olaide Adelani as Deputy Governor. Adelani's nomination was ratified today by the Ondo State House of Assembly. We also told you that Nigerian Navy has destroyed illegal refineries in Ondo State. Also in the bulletin, Supreme Court has upheld Fubara's election. And from the foreign scene, liquor store is opening in Saudi Arabia after 70 years. And that's the size of the bulletin. Thanks for watching. Good evening.